So I'm at work today, and it is the 21st. It's the 21st. Last Wednesday, I left work early because I found out. I'm lying. Last Tuesday, I left early because I found out that one of my closest friends in the world, somebody that I've known for a very long time, passed away completely, and it was completely unexpected. As you can imagine, Tuesday I was destroyed, and I received the call at work. Luckily, I hadn't been on social media because apparently it got out sometime Monday evening, Monday night, and it was so weird because, I had a weird experience. On Monday night, I was conducting genealogical research. It was about 10 o'clock and 10:15, and I remember hearing the trash can lid in my kitchen raise on its own. I have one of those trash cans that has the infrared lights that you wave your hand and the lid raises. So it did it on its own, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I went to the kitchen to check to see if maybe I had a furry visitor or to see if somebody was in the house, and nothing. And so after that, I was like, let me go to bed. I'm tired, and I went to bed. My process for going to sleep is I watch YouTube, and I finally got to the point where I was ready to go to sleep. And as soon as I laid my head down, I felt this anxiety and this just weird sensation, and I was awake, and I was awake the entire night, and I just didn't know what it was. And I'm used to like having dreams with relatives who've passed away and ancestors. I've had a couple of dreams where, especially after I started conducting genealogical research, where I've been in communication with what I feel or who I feel is relatives, past relatives who shared information with me. I've been given messages to send to people, so or having that type of experience is not new to me or unusual for me. It happens quite often, but the only time I had something like that go on was when my grandfather passed away a couple of years ago, and I remember that vividly. So similar kind of feeling, and I don't know why it didn't stick, but I guess because nobody's sick. It didn't register because no one was sick, and I didn't think anyone was in trouble or in peril or about to take on their next journey. I finally went to sleep around like maybe 2-3 o'clock. But anyway, I normally like check Facebook or Instagram or whatever, Twitter, but this day I didn't. I don't know, it was weird. I guess because I woke up groggy and I was a little bit slow, so I was running behind and I didn't want to be late to work. But even at work, I didn't check social media. And so on my break, I went on a walk, and another mutual friend of mine called me and let me know that my friend had passed, and I immediately knew something was wrong when he asked me how I was doing. I could tell by the tone in his voice. But I just, when he told me, I was completely unprepared for that news. I regret not calling him. The last time we spoke was on March the 3rd, and like a week passed or whatever, and on March 11th I thought, I haven't heard from him in a minute, so I saw this meme that I knew he liked cats, And so I sent him the meme, but he never responded. And so I sent the meme at the beginning of the day, and as the day progressed, I realized that he didn't call me, but I was so consumed by work that I didn't bother to call. So a couple days passed, and I thought, I need to call him because he didn't respond, and that is strange. So I regret not calling. Not that it would have made a difference or anything, but I just regret not calling when my mind told me to call. So you can imagine, I get the news and I'm in shock, and I finish my walk and I start to break down into tears. I get to work and I get myself together, and when I walked into the room, my counterpart looked at me and was like, "What's wrong with you? What were you crying about?" And I didn't realize that she could tell. And I was like, "Nothing." And she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I thought I was providing an Academy Award winning performance, but I guess not. And so I said, "No, I'm fine. And then she left and came back and saw me, and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, I told her what was going on. And she was like, "Well, do you want to go home? Go home." And I was like, "No, I'll stay." And I tried to, but I went to the bathroom and broke down, came back, started to feel depressed again, and I decided that I was going to go home. I went home and bawled all day and all night. I didn't start piecing things together until I went on Facebook, and that's when I realized that people found out about it Monday night. I don't know what happened to him at all, and all I can say right now is that I miss my friend. That goes without saying. This is a part of life, but it still hurts. And I thought I was going to be okay today because the last couple of days, I didn't go back to work. My days off are Friday, Saturday. I had taken Thursday off prior to finding out this news. And so I stayed home on Wednesday and then finished out the weekend. So I thought I was going to be fine today, but when I walked into work, I got a little depressed. And as I sat down to do my work, at certain points, I have my ups and downs still, but it's a little bit weird. I was supposed to create a video this week and I didn't. With reason, but I still don't have an answer, and I wish that I did have an answer. And I don't know if I'm going to get an answer. I didn't know his family, but I have reached out to them through Facebook, one of them, just to offer my condolences and assistance. And he hasn't reached back to me yet. So I hope he does soon. But I'm just really, a couple of people have reached out to me who, apart from my friend in common, we had a good conversation yesterday where we reminisced about good times, and it was nice to talk about my friend. His name is Wick. I know him as Wick. His stage name is Vjuan Allure. He's a DJ, and he made a pretty he changed the music scene that he was a part of. He was a legend. And I'm gonna miss my friend. That goes without saying. But to know the person he is. I found myself this whole week going through my computer and checking the old files where they've saved conversations and text conversations, because I don't use text, I use voice messages, and I'm so glad I do, because I will never be able to hear his voice again. That's a little bit selfish, but at least I have recordings of him, and on days when I'm feeling like this, I know I can listen to it. So, but I've been trying to catalog all that stuff. Excuse me. And it's been hard. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we went through 2020 with no issues, and then and now 2021, right when we're about to get these vaccinations. I don't know if he passed away from COVID or not. I don't know. But I just wanted to extend my condolences to anyone who's lost someone during the pandemic or after the pandemic or just in life. I mean, I know it's a natural part of life, but it never gets easier. And so for those of you who, are with people who are sick or are just, so for me, I always like the one good thing about this is that I always tell people that I love them, and I always make sure to tell them. I learned that a long time ago, because you never know when someone is going to pass, and you never know when someone is not going to be on this plane of existence. And even though they may be somewhere aware of it or aware of the fact that you love them, it's just, I think it's better to say it while they're here. So if you know someone who's, just tell your people you love them, because you never know. And I do know that, I do remember specifically telling him that I loved him in our last conversation. So, but anyway, so that's my little word of advice today. And for those of you experiencing loss, my heart is with you, and it'll get better. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but it'll get better. Be strong. Much love.